Hello and welcome to Better Body Movement. This class is designed to help you start feeling well.
I have less pain, literally eliminate that pain.
I just feel better.
I can tell that my posture is changing.
Bright light in the day when we've done our workouts online.
Makes me feel so good about myself.
The bicep is named that because there are two different attachment points near the shoulder. The short head attaches to the coracoid process, which is a part of the shoulder blade, and the long head goes over the humerus through the biceps channel and connects in the socket. Pain will be present inside your arm if there's a problem with the short head. If there's a problem with the long head, typically the pain will run over the shoulder. We're going to locate the head of the biceps that attaches near the forearm. To do this, flex your arm with your fingers on the bicep near the elbow and find the tendon at the base of the muscle belly. Simply pinch the muscle belly and extend the arm. If you feel like you're not getting enough pressure with your fingertips, use a lacrosse ball. Try one of two positions, either holding with your fingers or pressed with the palm into the bicep. I find I get better pressure when I use my palm. Remember to squeeze and extend. Another muscle that could create bicep pain is actually in your forearm. This is the brachioradialis, which passes from the humerus towards the wrist. To begin working the brachioradialis, reach under the elbow across to the forearm and pinch down as hard as you can tolerate. Now rotate the wrist, and the muscle should feel like it grinds underneath the fingertips. Do 7 to 10 repetitions, then locate a new point and continue to grind over that muscle. You should feel the fingers drop off the muscle. When you finish, put the fingers on top of the arm, pinch down, and create extension while rotating the wrist. Again, bend the elbow, then extend while you rotate the wrist. Notice my hand goes palm to chest, then palm to floor while I'm extending my elbow. Perform 7 to 10 repetitions and then move on to the next tender spot and repeat. When you have finished the pin and stretch, move on to cross fiber friction. Place the arm you are working across your knees, then grind the opposite forearm across the muscle tissue near the bicep head. This should be an abrasive force moving through the muscle tissue quickly. Continue to press through that muscle tissue until you feel like you've broken down the entire thing.
Good morning everyone. So looks a little different this morning. I couldn't figure out getting the I dedicate and the verse of the day, so I'm just gonna read all of those off on my phone. But yeah, for anyone new onto the YouTube live stream, you're probably used to seeing Shay, and so my name's Noah. I also work for Better Body Movement. I'm an employee here, and I do massage and some personal training. So you'll be seeing me on Wednesdays doing the class here. So yeah. So we'll get started just reading the I dedicates off from yesterday. Alrighty. So for the I dedicates today, we're praying for Lori's mom doing dialysis 3 times a week. Ethan, stage 4 liver bile duct cancer. Shay's friend's wife that has breast cancer, and then Sky. So Jenny, how's Sky doing?
She is good. She was having a lot of pain. She got readmitted because they just couldn't get control of it. But she texted me on Monday and was asking me for if she could use me as a referral for like a mentor. So she's obviously feeling better. She said it was terrible, but she said they finally figured out how to control it.
So Sky is doing better, but just keep praying that pain levels will go down. And then we got Aaron, foot and ankle.
What's the latest on Erin?
They changed her antibiotic. She broke out in hives,
Oh man.
and so they took the antibiotic that was 3 times a day, 800 milligrams each day. They took that one out, and then they gave her a syringe filled with antibiotics. So then she just puts that in that pip line and stuff.
Mm.
So I gotta show you pictures.
Is that working? Like the new?
Yes.
Okay. No reaction.
No hives.
Okay.
No.
Okay, so praying for no reaction for Aaron. Had to switch the antibiotics. And then Carol, knee surgery.
She'll be back Thursday for court date.
Cool. Sweet. And then Kira return
Yeah, she's
breast.
breast cancer returned.
Okay.
I haven't heard a report of her because my sister's in St. Martin.
Okay.
For her.
And then for Barb and Tom. So keep them all in your prayers today. I wish I got to figure it out. It was going all goofy when I put it on the screen, so I just thought I'd read it. And then the verse of the day, 1 John chapter 3, verse 18. Little children, let us not love in word or talk, but in deed and in truth.
Actions speak louder than words.
Mm-hmm. Alrighty. You gonna show me pictures?
This is gross.
That's
So,
okay.
Okay, she had her surgery, and then between the first dressing change and the second dressing change, it blew open, and all that stuff, the junk in there is infection. And so then she had to immediately go back into surgery, and then they, what did he say? He went in and flushed it all, to try and get the bacteria and the infection stuff out of there. And
This
then,
is at least 2 weeks later now, isn't
Yeah.
it? Maybe 3.
3, yeah.
Mm.
And then he took 3 samples and sent those to the lab. And when they came back, she still was loaded full of bacteria. So they put in a PICC line in her arm, and then she's got antibiotics that she does 9 in the morning, 9 at night. It's a ball about so big around, and it's filled with antibiotics, and so she pumps that through.
Mm-hmm.
And then she's had the one bottle, which was 3 times a day of the 800 milligrams, and then the last one was only a week long, and that was, I don't remember the dosage on that one, but yeah, she's.
Jeez, the complications that have came with the, wow,
And so.
that's crazy. Whew.
So then,
Thank God for antibiotics, I guess, as much as we might complain about it.
Yeah.
Yeah, Daryl finished his on Monday.
did he?
He looks a little weird, but not too
Okie doke.
bad. Okay.
We ready to go? Or were you gonna show me
you a
something?
cleaned up picture, right?
Oh, God.
Okay, this was last week before I left.
Okay.
So that was after the second surgery, so it's healing nicely. So she's at the doctor's this morning, and so we'll see.
Yeah.
She sends me pictures again. And this is all as a result of, she slipped and fell at school, at work, and it was when they tried to get her up off the floor, the back of her heel here was like Velcro letting loose with a big pop. And that was her
So
Achilles
when
tendon.
did she have her last surgery?
Oh,
on her feet?
makes me squirmy.
Was that a year ago or just months
Oh,
ago?
well, that was the right foot.
Oh, okay, so it's not related.
No.
Oh, there we go. Found out how to get the chat up. Good morning, Gail. Hope you're having a great morning. Here for a couple rounds. Sweet. Okay. You guys ready to go?
I think we're ready.
Get ready to warm up. All right, time to warm up.
the necessities all back in the same spot.
Oh man, I really have to
I texted you last night.
reset the
Where's the pot?
scenes and stuff on this. That's okay. Oh, for next time, we're good. Looks like there's nothing on the screen. Normally it has my name there on the bottom where Shay's. That's all right. All right, small circles forward. Getting those going. Even though it's leg day, we're just getting everything warmed up today. Getting all the blood flowing throughout the whole entire body. That's good to stretch everything every day. Very important. And you are bound to use your arms today. Move around in those shoulder joints, so just get warmed up. It's a cold morning if you're here in Iowa. A lot chillier than it has been, so I guess yesterday was pretty cold too, but
Randy went down last week, and
yep, we're at 17 degrees, but next week, Sunday 52, Monday 49, Tuesday 60, Wednesday 65, Thursday 51, Friday 54. That sounds great. I'm so excited. Spring's coming. You guys see the weather for next week? It's like 50s.
oh yeah.
I think it hit 60 twice. Get those marches going. Those legs warmed up. I'm just excited to be able to walk outside comfortably because half the time I'm not wearing a coat and I just run in here. I'm ready to not have to worry about that and be nice and warm, or at least at a temperature where I'm comfortable. I'll be wearing shorts. All right, leg swings. Grab onto something for some balance and just let it swing. This one you don't have to over exaggerate too much. Just let it loose and let it swing. Switch legs. There we go. Now do some hip flexor stretches. Getting that back leg pretty straight. And then your one in front, slightly in a lunge position. Then pushing those hips forward. Stretching those hip flexors. Got 3 people on here. Sweet. Good morning, everyone. Let's get warmed up. About to go into the workout here.
Three, 2.
Here we go.
Get ready to squat.
Time for squats. Before you get started on these, grab whatever you need. It might be a yoga ball to put against the wall, or a band around the knees, or just
3, 2.
Oh, it is
1.
snowing.
Squat.
Hopefully that doesn't last long. Or it might just be just you guys standing up in that, just with your body weight, doing those squats. But remember, pushing those knees out before you even go down into the squat. Pushing those knees out, that's gonna activate the glutes. Then sit back into that squat.
That's halfway.
Going as far as you can comfortably, and then going right on back up. Want to try to keep your chest as upright as possible. And keeping those knees over those toes.
2.
You want to
1.
stay more
Transition to single
towards
leg
onto your
step
heels,
down.
towards the back of those feet. sitting that weight back. If those knees are going over the toes, that means that you're squatting on your toes.
3,
And that
2,
takes the
1.
pressure,
Single leg step
the
down.
tension and the contraction off those glutes. And that's where you want it. All right, same thing here, but single leg squat. Or it can be a step up as well. Oh, still working those glutes.
That's halfway.
Remember, don't let that knee cave in. Just have that little tension going outwards and then going down into that squat. Trying to keep that knee over the toes. On this one, you won't be able to get as
3,
deep.
2, 1.
but
Switch
yeah.
sides.
Switching sides. The same thing, pushing that way back. If you're not getting much depth at all and you're just wobbling all
2,
around,
1.
might be smart just to
Single leg
get
step
a hang of
down.
it by holding on to something to start and then seeing what you can do after that. And then find a good pace, a good rhythm to go at. Trying to get as many good controlled reps as possible during this round,
That's
working those
halfway.
muscles.
Three, 2, 1.
There we go. Good
Transition to
morning.
good morning. Three.
All right,
2,
so having those
1.
legs be pretty straight, maybe
morning.
just unlocking the knees, it might be, but bending at the hips, keeping your flat back as you're going down. As you go down, you'll feel that stretch through the hamstrings. Then on the way back up, squeezing those glutes, pushing those hips through, and then going right back down.
That's halfway.
Halfway there, keep going. Keep going at that pace you're going at.
Three, 2, 1. Transition
There
to
we go.
monster
Time
walk.
for monster walks. Grab whatever you need. It might just be yourself, but it might be also a band to add on with that to keep that tension.
3, 2, 1.
Tension
Monster
pushing those
walk.
knees out, keeping that contraction in the glutes. So get into about a half squat, trying to stay bent that whole time. That's gonna keep that contraction there in the glutes while keeping those knees pushed out while doing these monster walks.
That's halfway.
And you'll start burning. You'll start burning. Keep pushing through it. If you absolutely need a little bit of rest, just stand up for a second there and then get right back into it.
3, 2, 1.
Good job.
Transition to
VMOs.
VMO left.
Working the quads.
Three, 2, 1. VMO left.
There we go. So this one, as you're looking at it, or maybe as you're doing it, might seem very easy, but it's how hard you're pushing yourself. So when you're going up, you're squeezing as hard as possible. You can even hold it there a little bit. Maybe move those
That's
toes in different
halfway.
directions, trying to work the different fibers all across the quad, which would be the front of that thigh, and then going back down. But as you're going up, make sure to be squeezing as hard as possible, getting the most work out of each movement.
3, 2, 1.
There we go.
Transition to VMO
Switching
right.
legs. If you are already switching legs, keep switching legs. But if you were working one, then switch on over to the next.
3,
Oh,
2,
Shay's on here.
1.
Good morning, Shay.
VMO right.
Have a great day. You as well. Were you saying where's Shay? Yeah. So I'm doing the Wednesday ones from now on. But also, I'm not sure if he works Thursdays or Wednesdays, or it's very limited. I'm pretty sure. He might come in a little, like at the end of class. I'm not sure though. All right, Yamos. Keep going with that leg. Squeezing.
Transition
Good job.
to hamstring curl.
Hamstring curls. Oh, and then next week he's going to Florida?
3, 2, 1.
Oh, he told
Hamstring.
me. Yeah.
Yesterday, I remember evening that I ran, so it's bloody.
Huh. That's a change of events. Jeez. All right, hamstring curls.
That's halfway.
Pushing those heels into that foam roller right there. That's activating those hamstrings. And then just rolling up ever so slightly as well. That curls them even more, causing a even stronger contraction. And that is what we want.
3, 2, 1. Long rest.
There we go, long rest. Grab some water. Going to as well, but grab some water. Walk around, maybe shake those legs out, whatever you need to do. Stretch in a little bit, just stay loose, because we got 3 more rounds. Be right back.
Three, 2, 1. Get ready to squat.
All right, I'm back.
3, 2, 1. Squat.
Here we go. Let's get started with squats.
A lot of work, especially when you do it every morning.
Remember, before you even start going down into that squat, pushing those knees out. Feet at about a little outside shoulder width apart, just ever so slightly, and then going down into that squat,
That's
sitting
halfway.
back onto those back of those feet. Then you'll be able to tell if you're using or putting your pressure on the front too much, because then you'll see those knees start going over those toes. But we want to keep that weight back,
1.
working those glutes.
Transition to single leg step down.
Single leg step down or a single leg squat. Then as always in these
3,
these squats,
1.
as you're coming up,
Single leg step down.
squeezing that glute. And then at the top, you may also push those hips forward a little bit as well. And that goes in with squeezing those glutes. Can I show what that looked like?
That's halfway.
So going into that squat, oh, I don't have a lot of room here. And then as you're going back up, squeezing glutes and then pushing hips through. And that's when you're really squeezing those glutes. And then going back down into it, relaxing on the way down.
3,
Going back up.
2, 1. Switch sides.
Switching back. Or switching to the other side.
3, 2, 1. Single leg step down.
Remember, if you're having a little trouble with balance for these, grab onto something, trying to get a little more depth, working your way to where later you'll be able to do it without getting your balance from some object.
That's halfway.
And good controlled reps. That may even mean it'll be slow to keep your balance, especially on this exercise.
Three, 2, 1.
There we go.
Transition
Good
to
job.
good morning.
Good mornings. So keeping those legs pretty straight, maybe slight bend in those knees, then going down, bending at the
3,
hips.
2,
And
1.
as you're coming back
Good
up,
morning.
you're squeezing those glutes, pushing those hips through.
That's halfway.
Halfway there. Keep on going.
Three, 2, 1.
There we go.
Transition to monster walk.
Monster walks. Remember, and if you need that little reminder, it might be smart to have a band.
3,
It just
2,
reminds you to
1.
keep those knees pushed out,
Monster
because then you'll
walk.
feel the tension coming inward, and you want to keep that going outwards. So keeping those knees pushed out, activating those glutes, getting in that half squat position, and then 45-degree angled short steps.
That's halfway.
This one's gonna burn because it's that constant contraction in those muscles.
Three, 2, 1. Transition to
There we
VMO
go, good
left.
job. Good job. VMOs.
3, 2, 1. VMO
So
left.
as you're going up, squeezing that quad as hard as possible. And then, if there's anyone on here that isn't quite sure what I mean by moving your foot in different directions, so you'll be sitting on a chair, going up with that. You can't.
That's
see.
halfway.
Going up with that motion. You can't see very well. Here, I'll demonstrate you guys. All right, there we go.
3,
So you see the feet
2,
going in different directions,
1. Transition to
working
VMO
the
right.
different fibers of those quad muscles. So there's four main quad muscles. They go all
3,
across
2,
the quad.
1.
And if you're
VMO
just going
right.
in one direction, you're only gonna work those specific quad muscles, and you'll be missing out on others. So by moving those toes in different directions as you're at the top, that's working all of those quad muscles. And that is what we want.
That's halfway.
There we go, keep going. Feel that burn. Pushing through, almost done here.
3, 2, 1.
There we go.
Transition to hamstring curl.
Last one of this round, hamstring curls.
Three, 2, 1. Hamstring.
All right, pushing those heels into that foam roller. And if that's all right, or enough for you, where you can't bring it up anymore, then that is a-okay, because that's contracting those hamstrings right when you're pushing into
That's
that.
halfway.
If you need a little more, then try curling it up. Curling up that foam roller. And then to make it a little harder, holding it at that top.
Three, 2, 1. Long
There we
rest.
go. Round number 2 done. Great job. It's snowing. Let's see how long that's supposed to last. Oh, it doesn't even say on my weather app that's even snowing right now. Huh. Must have been unexpected.
3, 2, 1.
All right.
Get ready to squat.
Keep stretching out, walking around here. Again, ready for the squats. Grab whatever you need for this.
3, 2, 1.
And so for,
squat.
can't really see it right now. Well, you can see it slightly, but behind Jenny in the middle with the yoga ball, that can help a lot if you're struggling with getting depth in that squat. And it's another thing to just give you balance while you're going into that squat. So if you're having a lot of trouble
That's
going down
halfway.
into that squat, that might be a good thing for you to use or to purchase to get down into that squat. We want you to get some depth here.
3, 2, 1. Transition
go.
to single leg step down.
Good job. Single leg step down, single leg squat.
3, 2, 1. Single leg step down.
There we go. Having good reps here. Good and controlled. Rather you be going slower than just going up and down super fast. Want to really work those
That's
muscles.
halfway.
Trying to keep that good balance, especially with these, with either the steps or the squats.
3, 2, 1. Switch
All
sides.
right, switch legs. Switching legs. Remember, keeping that knee right over that toe.
3, 2.
Keeping that weight,
1.
sitting back.
Single leg step down.
Sitting back on the back of those feet. Pushing those hips back as you're going down. Trying to keep that chest and just torso upright as much as possible here. As you can see with Jenny and Shay,
That's
a
halfway.
slight bend there. But we're wanting to stay as upright as possible. Keep going, keep pushing through. Last couple reps here.
3, 2, 1.
Good job. Good
Transition
mornings.
to good morning. 3, 2, 1.
Here
Good
we
morning.
go. So keeping those legs pretty straight, bending at those hips. As you're going down, bending at those hips, feel that good stretch along the back side of those legs. And coming back up, squeezing those glutes, pushing the hips through.
That's halfway.
And then going right back.
Three, 2, 1.
There we go.
Transition
Good
to monster
job.
walk.
Good job. Alrighty, for this one, gonna challenge you guys to try and make
3,
it
2,
through the
1.
whole
Monster walk.
time, staying in that squat position. So now, if you need a little bit of rest, just come with both those feet together, and then once you're ready, keep going with those monster walks. So try and keep that tension there.
That's halfway.
Keeping that the contraction of those muscles the whole entire time, trying to get it to burn there.
Three, 2, 1.
There we go.
Transition
Good
to
job.
PMO left.
Good job. Time for VMOs.
3, 2, 1. VMO left.
Time for some quad work. So as you're going up, squeeze in as hard as possible. And what this could also look like if you're not at the top, if you're not going to
That's
the top
halfway.
and then moving your foot in different directions, it may just be going up at a different direction. That will also work the different fibers.
3, 2, 1.
There we go.
Transition
Switch
to
legs.
VMO right. Three, 2, 1. VMO right.
Here we go. Other leg now, really focusing on that contraction. When working out, we want to keep that mind to muscle connection. So you're thinking about what you're working right now.
That's
That will help
halfway.
that contraction be even stronger.
Three, 2, 1.
There we
Transition
go.
to hamstring curl.
Last one for round 3. And we got one more round. Keep pushing through.
3, 2, 1. Hamstring.
There we go, pushing those heels into that foam roller. And also, if you're not doing that variation, I'll stop covering Jacob down there for a second. So he's sliding on the floor, causing that
That's halfway.
a hamstring curl there. So contracting those hamstrings there. And then Shay, he's just doing a constant hold on there. So feeling the burn within any variation you're doing.
3, 2, 1. Long
There
rest.
we go. Round 3 done. There's the horn. So grab some water and then keep walking around. We want to stay warm for this last round. So shake those legs out, whatever you got to do. Do some leg swings. Just staying warm for this last round. Last round of the day. Then you're off to a good, productive day.
They're here, they come quickly. You know, they have to get approval for the
3, 2, 1. Get ready
Here
to
we go.
squat.
Round 4. Let's get started with some squats. So really focusing that those knees are just pushed out
3,
before you even go into that
Squat.
squat. If you're looking at the screen here, your legs will start like this, but you just want to have that slight outward push. It's super slight, but something that slight causes a whole different muscle to start working. And then with that, holding
That's
that there,
halfway.
and then going down into that squat. And then as you come back up with that squat, at the top your knees will most likely go back in, but then as you're going down, pushing them back out.
3, 2, 1. Transition to single leg step down.
There we go. Single leg step down or single leg squat.
3,
Here we
2,
go.
1. Single leg step down.
So I had the whole thing clean. So you would think.
Remember, trying to get some depth here. Putting that weight on the back
That's
of that,
halfway.
the back of that heel. Just more towards the back of the bottom of the foot. Now we don't want it to be to where the whole front of our foot is going up, but
2, 1.
we want that
Switch
to be where the
sides.
weight is, towards the back. And we do that by setting those hips back right away. Setting the hips back and going down.
3, 2, 1.
If you're on your
Single
toe,
leg step down.
let's start working the quad more rather than the glutes.
That's halfway.
Halfway. Keep on going.
Three, 2, 1. Transition to good morning.
Good mornings. Having those legs be pretty straight. Then
3,
bending at that
2,
waist.
1. Good morning.
Getting that good stretch in those hamstrings. Then going back up. Squeezing those glutes, pushing those hips through. Then right back down again.
That's halfway.
Halfway.
Three, 2, 1. Transition to monster walk.
There we go. Monster walks.
3, 2, 1. Monster walk.
There we go. Good job. Seeing that in that about half squat. See ya.
That's halfway.
Halfway. Keep going. Staying in that half squat. Keeping those knees bent. Keeping those knees shifted out instead of letting them cave in.
3,
Last
2,
couple ones.
1.
Good.
Transition to VMO left.
All right, just VMOs and hamstring curls left. Let's crush these. Let's really feel the burn. Again, I want you to focus on what you're working here. Keeping your sole focus there. So
3,
thinking
2,
of
1.
this
VMO left.
movement, thinking of that quad. Just really focusing on that contraction there. And challenge yourself a little bit here. Trying to hold that movement there at the top. Squeezing as hard as possible. Maybe shifting those toes in different ways, bouncing up and down a little bit to hit the different fibers of those quad muscles. Then going back down.
Three,
Last couple. Good
1.
job, ladies.
Transition to VMO right.
On to the next leg.
Well, I did that, but then that muscle kind of came down.
3, 2, 1. VMO right.
Here we go. Same thing here. Focusing on that, on those muscles there in the quad. Contracting. Squeezing as hard as possible there
That's
at the
halfway.
top. Acting like you're kicking up a bunch of weight. That's just sitting on your shin and you gotta push it up.
Anything that's labeled income taxes, I said, throw it in the box. And so he did. So I got started yesterday.
3, 2, 1.
There we
Transition
go.
to hamstring curl.
We got our last exercise of the workout this morning. So
3, 2,
make this be your
1.
best.
Hamstring.
Pushing those heels into that foam roller. Really thinking about those hamstrings, squeezing them. And then when you're pulling up a little bit on that foam roller, just thinking that
halfway.
foam roller is just tons of pounds. Pulling it up, squeezing those hamstrings, getting the best contraction you can. Trying to feel that burn. We want those muscles to work. Almost done here. Keep pushing.
3, 2, 1. Long
There
rest.
we go. There we go. Great job, ladies. It's a great workout to kickstart the morning. I've found whenever I get in the weight room in the morning, get my workout done, I tend to be way more productive throughout the day. So use the rest of your day for just be productive. That's my word for the day. But yeah, it's great coaching you guys today. Not sure if we had anyone new on here today, but if anyone comes back, yeah, thanks for being here. And remember that consistency is key. So just trying to be on here every single morning, or there's live recording. So whenever you can do these workouts, just being consistent with that, that will be the best for you. So yeah, continue to pray for those people. Next week I'll have the eye dedicates up so you can see them. I'm just going to read the names off here for you again.
Your class done?
Almost.
Do you know how to set up auto payments for like clients?
Yeah, I'll be over there.
Okay.
Yeah.
I got Aaron's dad's here. He wants to set up an auto pay for Aaron.
Okay.
You know how to do that?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I'll be right over there. Pulling up all the people to be praying for. All right, so praying for Lori's mom, Ethan, Shay's friend's wife, Sky, Aaron, Carol, Kira, and Barb and Tom. So remember, keep them in your prayers today, just for whatever healings or just for the comfort of their families and for them. So, yeah. Thanks again for being here with me. And remember, I'm always here to help you move well so you live well.
The bicep is named that because there are two different attachment points near the shoulder. The short head attaches to the coracoid process, which is a part of the shoulder blade, and the long head goes over the humerus through the biceps channel and connects in the socket. Pain will be present inside your arm if there's a problem with the short head. If there's a problem with the long head, typically the pain will run over the shoulder. We're going to locate the head of the biceps that attaches near the forearm. To do this, flex your arm with your fingers on the bicep near the elbow and find the tendon at the base of the muscle belly. Simply pinch the muscle belly and extend the arm. If you feel like you're not getting enough pressure with your fingertips, use a lacrosse ball. Try one of two positions, either holding with your fingers or pressed with the palm into the bicep. I find I get better pressure when I use my palm. Remember to squeeze and extend. Another muscle that could create bicep pain is actually in your forearm. This is the brachioradialis, which passes from the humerus towards the wrist. To begin working the brachioradialis, reach under the elbow across to the forearm and pinch down as hard as you can tolerate. Now rotate the wrist, and the muscle should feel like it grinds underneath the fingertips. Do 7 to 10 repetitions, then locate a new point and continue to grind over that muscle. You should feel the fingers drop off the muscle. When you finish, put the fingers on top of the arm, pinch down, and create extension while rotating the wrist. Again, bend the elbow, then extend while you rotate the wrist. Notice my hand goes palm to chest, then palm to floor while I'm extending my elbow. Perform 7 to 10 repetitions and then move on to the next tender spot and repeat. When you have finished the pin and stretch, move on to cross fiber friction. Place the arm you are working across your knees, then grind the opposite forearm across the muscle tissue near the bicep head. This should be an abrasive force moving through the muscle tissue quickly. Continue to press through that muscle tissue until you feel like you've broken down the entire thing.